What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I got something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing my first reaction video, and this one is about the Philippines. So I've lived in the Philippines for about 2 years now, but most of my time has been in Manila due to having a baby and what's going on this year. We haven't actually had a chance to travel a lot of the Philippines. So I'm curious to see what I'm going to be familiar with in this video. The video is 14 reasons the Philippines is different from the rest of the world. So let's get into it. Wow, that's beautiful.
What if I told you there is a country where over 175 languages are spoken, people text more
175?
than anywhere else in the world, and boxing fights directly influence crime
Pacquiao.
rates? It sounds pretty much unbelievable, but it's all true in the Philippines. 14. There are more than 175 spoken languages. There
Wow,
are two official
incredible.
languages in the Philippines: Filipino, based on Tagalog, and English. Filipino is the most commonly
Taglish in
spoken
Manila.
pop culture language, and the government of the country uses English in their work. By the way, the Philippines are number 5 on the list of the world's top English-speaking populations
Wow.
after US, India, Pakistan, and the UK.
I guess
All this
based on
sounds pretty
population,
plain and
yeah.
ordinary, but in fact, the diverse linguistic groups living in the country use over 175 languages for their internal communication.
Amazing.
Since
I
many
wonder
of
how
them
many are
exist only in
extinct.
spoken form, it's impossible to calculate the
Okay,
exact
I know
amount.
some of those, yeah.
13. Their capital is the most densely populated city in the
Wow.
world. The nation's capital, Manila, and its 16
There are a
surrounding
lot of
cities
people
that
here.
make up the Metro Manila area have a population of 12.8 million
Okay.
people. During the daytime, this number gets
Workers,
way higher
yeah.
since many people come here to work. And while the number doesn't sound that crazy, take note that all these people live and work in an area of 16.56 square miles. This makes the population density equal to 111,002 people per square mile.
Ooh,
And that's
wow.
5 times higher than in Mumbai or Paris, for example.
Amazing.
12. They have churches in shopping
Yes,
malls.
they do.
Shopping malls aren't merely a place where you buy stuff for Filipinos. They are safe, air-conditioned community hubs with gyms, health clinics, concert halls, nightclubs, parks, and even churches inside. So it's no surprise that they are the favorite place to meet up with friends for so many locals. And 3.
Shopping malls are pretty amazing here in the Philippines. Nothing like in America nowadays. They're definitely amazing and the place to go, the place to meet up. Most shopping malls that I've been to in the Philippines, yes, they do have churches on one of the higher floors. If not a church, it's normally at least a chapel in all the malls. And it's a nice spot for some air conditioning.
3 of the world's 10 largest shopping malls are located in the Philippines. They are Mega
Mall of
Fashion
Asia.
Mall of SM Mega Mall, SM City North EDSA, and SM Mall of Asia. 11. Filipinos are the #1 texting nation in the world. You already know Filipinos
that.
love meeting up with friends at shopping malls, and when they can't see each other in person, they text. And when they do it, they rarely limit it to, "Hey, how are you?"
True.
In fact, they send about 400 million texts a day.
A day?
And that's around 142 billion texts a
Whoa.
year. It's more than the US and Europe put together. Not
More
exactly
than US
a
and
little
Europe?
number for a country of 107 million people.
Incredible.
10. They have a unique form of transportation.
Jeepney?
If you visit Manila, you'll notice some interesting looking vehicles called jeepneys. They are converted U.S. Army Jeeps that stayed in the country after World War
Yeah.
II. Filipinos adapted them to transport up to 18 passengers who jump on
Hold
the
on,
jeepney
hold on.
going
18 passengers? No. I have seen, I'm pretty sure, 18 passengers on the roof of a jeepney out, at least in the provinces. But yeah, they definitely hold a lot of people. And in Manila, I haven't really seen anybody on the roof, but in the province, they'll be packed inside, on the roof, on the tailgate, hanging off the door. It's pretty amazing. And they are beautiful, and they are all unique.
in their direction and ring the bell for it to stop. There are about 50,000 jeepneys in Manila, and they all look different, with basketball stars, cartoon characters, inspirational quotes, neon lights, and whatnot on them. There are 2 major problems with jeepneys:
pollution.
safety concerns and
Yeah.
pollution. They produce huge amounts of black
A lot
smoke.
of black smoke.
So hurry up if you want to ride before they get replaced with a rapid transit system.
They do have a program or something now where they're introducing new jeepneys, and I think most of them are electric. They kind of look like small buses. So I'm not sure if the older jeepneys will ever phase out, but they are trying to work on that pollution, so that's good to see.
9. One of the islands has more volcanoes than towns.
Wow.
The Philippines are,
I wonder if you can go there.
a super scenic location. Among all the islands that are a part of it, Camigan sure stands out, with more volcanoes per square mile than any other island on the planet. The island is 14 miles long and 8.5 miles wide, and has 7 volcanoes and 5 towns.
Dormant?
And even though earthquakes and eruptions shaped it, volcanoes have been deep asleep since the 50s, so thousands of tourists can safely visit the island these days.
I definitely want to go there.
8. Their national flag has a secret meaning. The national flag of the Philippines has 2 bands of blue and scarlet, and a white triangle at the hoist with a yellow sun and 8 rays, each of them standing for one province of the country. The yellow stars stand for the 3 largest island groups, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Yep.
What makes the flag really unique is that it can be reversed to declare a state of war.
Okay.
This happened during the Revolutionary War of 1898 to 1901 and during World War II in 1941 to 1945. 7. Boxing directly affects crime rates in the country. Filipinos love boxing and are crazy about their most famous boxer, Manny Pacquiao. Whenever he fights, the whole country is glued to its TV sets. And according to the Philippine National Police, PNP, crime rates in the country drop significantly when he's in the ring. During his 12-round fight against American boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. that went from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., not a single crime was committed in the whole Manila metropolitan area. It was basically the same during other major fights with the participation of the people's champ, Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao is a legend. He's amazing, and everybody in here, everybody in the Philippines, when he is fighting or boxing, they all watch. You'll see, even if one person has a TV, there'll be a lot of Filipinos standing around watching that TV. Not only the crime rate probably dropped, I pretty much guarantee there's a lot less traffic on the roads. So, good old Manny Pacquiao. Amazing.
6. A lot of Filipinos work abroad. It might be because of their flexible and reliable
mostly nurses,
or the fact that they speak great English as a second language. But more than 11 million Filipinos work abroad. It's around 11% of the population, and a quarter of all overseas nurses in the world come from
nurses.
the
Philippines. 1/4. Wow.
5. Their rice terraces are the 8th wonder of the world. Banao rice terraces are the oldest in the world, and were so smartly designed that they still bring a harvest of rice and vegetables. Most
definitely want to go there.
And it is believed if all the terraces had been built end to end, they would stretch halfway around the world. Today, these places bring the country more money as a tourist destination than rice plantations, and thus they play an important role for the economy of the Philippines.
Definitely want to go there.
4. They produce a lot of coconuts. For years, the Philippines had been the #1 producer of coconuts in the world. And even though the leadership now belongs to Indonesia, 153,532,000 tons per year is still
that's a huge
number, isn't it? These coconuts are used to make anything from clothing to beauty products. 3. The first European to visit the Philippines was Ferdinand Magellan. The legendary explorer made the first record of the
Heard the name in the history books, for sure.
In 1521. He founded the first settlement in Cebu, and thus most of the area became a Spanish colony. This explains the fact that around 90% of the population are Christian, unlike most of the country's neighbors. In 1898, the Philippines went under U.S. rule, and later, in 1946, became an independent republic. 2. A Filipino made the first karaoke machine. If you love to sing along, you ought to thank Filipinos for your favorite pastime. The first karaoke machine in the world was created in 1975 by Roberto Del Rosario. He patented as the sing-along system, and even though there were some attempts to claim his creation, he still remains the only patent holder for
Filipinos
the karaoke
can
system.
definitely sing.
1. The population is extremely good-looking. Along with their love for boxing, texting,
they are good-looking. You guys are good-looking.
Filipinos are crazy about beauty pageants. It might be the years of American rule that gave them this love for competitive beauty, but the fact remains a fact.
Beauty
They
pageants.
have won in all major international pageants 15 times. There were 4 girls crowned Miss Universe, 1 Miss World, 6 title holders of Miss International, and 4 Miss Earth crowns. The first official pageant was held within the country in 1908.
1908,
and since
wow.
2001, it's not just about beauty,
What's
but
her
also
name?
for the promotion of
Catriona?
environmental protection. Would you like to visit the Philippines?
Yes,
Or maybe
I actually live here. Alright guys, I enjoyed the video. There were a lot of interesting facts on the video, a lot of things I knew, and a lot of things I didn't know. What comes to mind is Camiguin. I really want to go there where the volcanoes were, and I definitely want to check out the rice terraces. Those look absolutely beautiful. Also, the things that were kind of interesting to me, the Filipino flag turned upside down can mean means wartime. I know a lot of flags, a lot of different countries have different meanings. If they're upside down, it's distress and a lot of things like that. Also, the karaoke, that's kind of an interesting fact. I never would have guessed that, I suppose, but it makes a lot of sense because Filipinos can definitely sing. Everywhere I've kind of gone in the world, there are Filipino singers performing, so it's pretty amazing. Let's see, the jeepneys, it's nice to see the jeepneys get renewed with electric jeepneys, but I'm not sure if the old jeepneys will ever phase out. They're just iconic here in the Philippines. Languages, 175 languages spoken in the Philippines. I wonder if that is including languages that are extinct or less than 100 people speak them. I can't imagine that many, but I guess it is possible. And it's probably not just languages, probably languages and dialects. So pretty cool. So I learned some stuff on the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want me to do more videos like this, just let me know in the comments below. So thanks for watching the videos. We'll come up with another video next week for you guys. And if you like, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.